Hello everyone. Let's quickly walk through our AI data platform, data engineering science warehouse platform or BI platform. So you can always build your data lake house or warehouse and build analytical BI tool, and also you can build some machine learning models using the workbench data science work. You can build agents with the drag and drop facility or code or no code basis. Can do full code if you want, right? So you can build agents. It agentic as well. It also have the vector databases, so you can agentic, or if you're aiming for AI, and this is the platform to go. So let's say we have the ETL platform. We can collect the data from different sources. It could be MySQL or SQL Server or Oracle. It could be any kind of data sources, or it could be REST APIs. So you can just quickly collect the data from different sources, and you can quickly see data there. Let's say confidentiality purpose, I'm not going to show you. Let me show you something that's coming from one of the source, right? You can see the data like this. You can always process the data into silver. You can always process up to the gold, and finally you can see the data as required now. So once you have this data, you can always create dashboards and charts as required. That can be shared across different departments or different, so you can create the charts, you can create dashboards, and you can share this dashboard to the organization. So that's more of the BI flow. You can always create the AI and machine learning if your team loves the Jupyter Notebook. It's quickly launchable and it has connection to all the data sources. Let's say our S3 lake, data lake, or data warehouse. They can connect the data and they can build some machine learning model. They can do EDA using pandas, or they can use libraries like Pytorch or TensorFlow and so on. They can build a machine learning model. They can experiment. You can and solve the model. So, and also it has, so your team is more of a coder, or then they can go with the notebook and write the code. If they are more low coder, they can always build the models using DBT. If your team is already familiar, you're familiar with the SQL query, then writing DBT is piece of cake. Like it's super easy. You can always build the models so they can launch it, and the models can be drawn quickly using the orchestration engine. So the DAC can be built and you can run in a custom schedule. So all the processes can be. So let's say run the NiFi process. It into NiFi, it run the job, and it can run the silver process and so on. So you can run all the end-to-end process using the orchestration tool, right? So you can also build agents using drag and drop facility. So building agents is super easy. So you can always tag the agent. You can pass the model that you want. It could be locally hosted APIs. We have locally hosted options as well. So we can use OpenAI options, and you can give the prompts and instructions, and we can build quick models. You can always have the MCP tools added, so you can connect to your data sources, and you can always have the vector databases connected. So we already have inbuilt vector databases. This platform called Melbus can build agents or RAG models super easy. So that's more out of AI and so on. So let's say you have all the data and you want to see what data you have. You can always source using the metadata platform. So it has got all the data, all the catalogs, all the dashboards, and then so on. So you can always source what you have. Let's say you want to see the loan data, and you can to see the customers data, you can see accounts, and then so you can always explore the informations you have using the single cataloging system that was metadata platform. And you can also set up the data quality checks. For example, you want some emails should not be nulls, or your data points should not be nulls, and you want some quality checks to be done before you do the campaign. Let's say you can always set these one, and it will send you incident report what's happening around. You can always add more of the options there. We'll talk more about that later. So we have, let's say, query logs. Let's say you query the data, you want to analyze how it was performing. You can always analyze the query by using a live plan. You can see how much it was time taking, what does the performance look like, and how you can tune it. You can always, if you are a developer, you can always tune it as required. And this platform is well governed, and the platform is ISO certified to 7001 2022. So you can always manage the roles and read the policies, and you can set who can access what. let's say specific branch managers can only access certain branch data, then you can always get the branches and it. So the login is single sign-on. If you have your organizational Active Directory account, you can always have the same credentials to log in this platform. So it means you can sync the credentials from your Active Directory or your organizational login system. So all the platforms are deployed in distributed architecture, in Kubernetes environment, in microservice architecture. So it's easy to manage, it's easy to monitor. So let's say you can always see how the systems are performing, how your platforms are working, like CPU utilization, memory utilization. You can always analyze the platform easily, and its components. So it has all the features to manage those pods and applications and so on. So that's all. So we'll definitely happy to go with the further deeper dive exploration of the platform.